There's something you need to understand right now, in this very moment. You are not alone in this universe. You never have been, and you never will be. There's a force, an intelligence, a source of infinite abundance that's been with you since before you took your first breath, and it will remain with you long after your last. This isn't about religion or doctrine or sitting in uncomfortable pews. This is about truth. This is about the fundamental reality of how life works. You've been taught to worry, haven't you? You've been conditioned to believe that life is hard, that you have to struggle, that scarcity is the natural state of things. You wake up in the morning and the first thing that hits you is anxiety about money, about your job, about whether you'll have enough. Enough money, enough time, enough love, enough success. But what if I told you that this entire way of thinking is backwards? What if the very worry itself is what's blocking the flow of abundance that's trying to reach you right now? Think about a bird for a moment. A simple bird sitting on a branch outside your window. That bird doesn't have a bank account. It doesn't have a retirement plan, or a savings account, or a credit score. That bird doesn't lie awake at night wondering where its next meal will come from. And yet, every single day that bird finds food. Every single day that bird survives. Every single day, nature provides exactly what that bird needs. Now, are you less important than a bird? Are you less deserving of care than a sparrow or a robin? The universe that created you, this magnificent intelligence that thought you into existence, this source that gave you eyes to see and ears to hear, and a heart that beats without you having to think about it, do you really believe it would abandon you now? Do you really think that the same force that orchestrates the turning of planets and the blooming of flowers and the cycles of seasons would suddenly forget about you when it comes to your rent payment or your grocery bill? You are a piece of God. You are a divine creation. The same intelligence that flows through everything flows through you, and this intelligence doesn't know lack. It doesn't understand scarcity. Those are human concepts. Human inventions born out of fear and separation. The source knows only abundance, only infinite supply, only endless provision. But here's where most people get stuck. They say they believe this, they say they trust, but then they spend every waking moment worrying. They pray for help and then immediately start planning for disaster. They ask for provision and then complain about what they don't have. This is like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to check if it's growing. The doubt, the worry, the constant mental obsession with lack is what prevents the good from flowing to you. You have to understand something crucial. Your thoughts are creative. Your mind is not just a passive observer of reality. Your mind is actively creating your reality moment by moment. When you think thoughts of lack, when you focus on what you don't have, when you tell yourself stories about struggle and hardship, you are literally instructing the universe to bring you more lack, more absence, more struggle. The universe doesn't judge your thoughts as good or bad. It simply responds to them. It simply says, your wish is my command. So when you wake up in the morning and your first thought is, how am I going to pay this bill? You've just placed an order with the universe for more situations that make you ask that question. When you look at your bank account and say, there's never enough, you've just requested more experiences of not enough. This isn't punishment. This isn't God being cruel. This is simply the law of cause and effect playing out in your life. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, but I have real problems. I have actual bills. I have genuine responsibilities. I can't just pretend everything is fine when it's not. And you're right. I'm not suggesting you ignore reality. I'm not suggesting you become delusional or irresponsible. What I'm suggesting is that you change your relationship with reality. What I'm suggesting is that you stop seeing your current circumstances as permanent and start seeing them as temporary and changeable. Every single thing that exists in your life right now first existed as a thought. Your house, your car, your relationships, your job, all of it started in the invisible world of thought before it became visible in your physical reality. And if your current reality was created by your past thinking, then your future reality will be created by your present thinking. This means you have incredible power right now, in this moment, to change everything. But you have to stop the worry. You have to stop the anxiety. You have to stop the constant mental rehearsal of worst-case scenarios. Every time you catch yourself worrying about money, stop. Every time you feel fear about the future, stop. And in that moment, make a different choice. Choose to remember that you are supported. Choose to trust that provision is on its way. Choose to know, not just believe, but truly know that the universe has your back. This isn't about being naive or passive. This is about being aligned with the way things actually work. When you align yourself with the energy of trust and faith and abundance, you open yourself up to receive. You become a magnet for opportunity. You start noticing possibilities that were always there but that you couldn't see before because you were blinded by fear. Let me tell you something about faith. Real faith isn't hoping things will work out. Real faith is knowing they will. It's the absolute certainty that you are taken care of, that you are guided, that you are provided for. And this kind of faith doesn't come from trying to convince yourself of something you don't believe. It comes from connecting with the truth of who you really are. You are not your body. You are not your job title. You are not your bank balance. You are infinite consciousness temporarily housed in a physical form. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And the spiritual part of you, your true essence, is eternally connected to the source of all creation. This connection can never be broken. It's not something you have to earn or deserve. It's your birthright simply because you exist. When you really get this, when you really understand this at a level beyond intellectual knowledge, everything changes. You stop feeling separate and alone. You stop feeling like you're fighting against the world. You start to feel held, supported, guided. You start to trust the process of life instead of resisting it. Now, trust doesn't mean sitting on your couch waiting for money to fall from the sky. Trust means taking inspired action. It means doing what you're called to do without being attached to specific outcomes. It means showing up fully in your life while knowing that the universe is orchestrating everything for your highest good. Here's what happens when you truly trust. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. People show up to help you at exactly the right time. Solutions present themselves to problems you didn't even know how to solve. Money comes from unexpected sources. Doors open that you didn't even know existed. This isn't magic. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the natural result of aligning yourself with the flow of abundance that's always moving through the universe. But you have to get yourself out of the way. You have to stop trying to control every detail. You have to stop insisting that things happen your way and in your timing. The universe has a much bigger perspective than you do. It can see connections and possibilities that are completely invisible to you. When you try to force things to happen through sheer willpower and effort, you often block the very help that's trying to reach you. This is what surrender means. Not giving up, but giving over. Not becoming passive, but becoming receptive. It means doing your part and trusting that the universe will do its part. It means planting seeds and watering them, and then trusting the soil and the sun and the rain to do what they do naturally. Think about your body for a moment. You don't have to think about making your heart beat. You don't have to remember to digest your food. You don't have to consciously direct your immune system to fight off infections. Your body knows what to do. It has an intelligence built into it, and your life is the same way. There's an intelligence guiding your life, orchestrating events, bringing people and circumstances together in ways you could never plan or predict. But when you're stuck in worry and fear, you disconnect from this intelligence. You start trying to do everything yourself. You start believing that it's all up to you, that if you don't figure it out, nobody will, that you're all alone in this struggle, and this belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you believe you're alone, the more alone you feel. The more you believe you have to do it all yourself, the heavier the burden becomes. What if you just stopped? What if, just for today, you decided to trust completely? What if you woke up tomorrow morning and instead of immediately going into worry mode, you said, "Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for providing for me. Thank you for guiding me to everything I need." What if you spent your day looking for evidence of support instead of looking for evidence of lack? Because here's the thing, whatever you look for, you will find. If you look for problems, you'll see problems everywhere. If you look for lack, you'll see lack in every situation. But if you look for blessings, if you look for abundance, if you look for evidence that you're supported and cared for, you'll start seeing it everywhere. You'll notice the friend who calls at exactly the right time. You'll notice the unexpected check in the mail. You'll notice the idea that pops into your head that leads to a new opportunity. This isn't about denying problems. This is about changing your focus. Yes, challenges exist. Yes, difficulties arise. But when you're focused on trust and faith, you approach these challenges from a completely different energy. Instead of panic and desperation, you feel calm and certain. Instead of feeling victimized by circumstances, you feel curious about how this situation will resolve. Instead of feeling alone, you feel supported. And this shift in energy changes everything. When you're calm and centered, you make better decisions. When you trust instead of panic, you see solutions you would have missed. When you feel supported instead of alone, you're more likely to reach out for help and to recognize help when it comes. Let me tell you something about asking for help. The universe wants to help you. God wants to provide for you, but you have to be willing to receive. And many people block their own receiving through pride or shame or the belief that they should be able to do everything themselves. They pray for help, but then refuse to accept it when it comes because it doesn't look the way they expected or because they feel they don't deserve it. If you ask for help, be willing to receive it in whatever form it comes. Maybe it's a friend offering you a place to stay. Maybe it's a stranger giving you advice. Maybe it's a book that falls off a shelf with exactly the information you need. Maybe it's a thought that comes to you in the shower. The universe has infinite ways of providing for you, but you have to be open to seeing and receiving the help when it arrives. And here's something else that's really important. You have to stop comparing yourself to other people. You have to stop looking at what they have and feeling like you're being left out. The universe is not a finite pie where if someone else gets a big slice, there's less for you. The universe is infinite. There's more than enough for everyone. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your opportunities. Someone else's abundance doesn't mean there's less abundance available for you. In fact, when you see someone else thriving, it should encourage you. It should remind you that abundance is real, that provision is possible, that dreams do come true. Instead of feeling jealous or resentful, feel happy for them and know that if it's possible for them, it's possible for you too. Use their success as evidence that the universe provides and know that your provision is on its way. But you have to be patient. This is where many people give up. They try trusting for a week or a month, and when things don't immediately change, they go right back to worry and doubt. Trust isn't a temporary strategy. Trust is a way of life. It's a fundamental shift in how you see yourself in the world. And like any real change, it takes time to fully integrate. There will be days when trust feels easy and natural, and there will be days when fear creeps back in and you find yourself worrying again. That's okay. That's part of being human. The key is not to beat yourself up when you fall back into old patterns. The key is to notice it, to acknowledge it, and to gently redirect your thoughts back to trust. Every moment is a new opportunity to choose faith over fear. You don't have to be perfect at this. You just have to be willing. You just have to keep choosing moment by moment to align yourself with trust instead of worry, with abundance instead of lack, with faith instead of doubt. And as you do this, as you practice this consistently, something amazing happens. You start to see evidence everywhere that you are indeed provided for. You start to notice synchronicities and coincidences that are too perfect to be random. You start to feel a sense of peace and security that doesn't depend on your external circumstances. You start to know, really know in your bones, that you are taken care of. This knowing is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Because when you know you're provided for, when you truly trust that you're supported, you stop living from a place of fear and you start living from a place of love. You stop making decisions based on what you're afraid of losing, and you start making decisions based on what lights you up and excites you. You stop settling for less than you deserve because you're afraid nothing better will come along. You start saying yes to opportunities that align with your truth and no to situations that don't serve you. This is what it means to live in faith. This is what it means to trust that God or the universe or whatever you want to call this infinite intelligence will provide for you. It's not about being reckless or irresponsible. It's about being so secure in your connection to Source that you can take risks, that you can follow your heart, that you can live authentically instead of playing it safe out of fear. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more you trust, the more you have to trust in. The more you relax into the flow of provision, the more provision flows to you. The more you let go of control, the more everything falls into place. It's like learning to float in water. When you tense up and fight, you sink. But when you relax and trust the water to hold you, you float effortlessly. Life is trying to hold you. The universe is trying to support you. But you have to relax. You have to let go. You have to trust that you won't be dropped, that you won't be abandoned, that you won't be left without what you need. Now, some of you might be thinking about past disappointments. You might be remembering times when you trusted and things didn't work out the way you wanted. You might be holding on to hurt or betrayal or situations where you felt let down. And I want to acknowledge that. Your feelings are valid. Your experiences are real. But I also want to suggest that maybe those situations weren't failures of trust. Maybe they were redirections. Maybe they were protection. Maybe the universe was actually guiding you away from something that wasn't right for you and towards something better, even if you couldn't see it at the time. Sometimes what looks like a closed door is actually divine protection. Sometimes what feels like rejection is actually redirection towards something more aligned with your highest good. Sometimes the worst thing that ever happened to you turns out to be the best thing that ever happened to you because it forced you to change direction, to grow, to become who you needed to be. This is where faith really comes in. Because faith means trusting even when you can't see the full picture. Faith means believing that everything is working out for your good even when it doesn't feel that way. Faith means knowing that you're being guided even when the path seems unclear. And the more you practice this kind of faith, the more evidence you'll see that it's true. You'll look back on your life and you'll see how things that seemed terrible at the time actually set you up for blessings you couldn't have imagined. You'll see how doors that closed led you to better doors that opened. You'll see how you've always been taken care of, even in the moments when you felt most alone. This perspective shift is everything. When you can see your life as a series of guided events, all conspiring for your growth and good, you stop feeling like a victim. You stop feeling like life is happening to you, and you start seeing that life is happening for you. Every experience, every challenge, every setback is actually an opportunity for growth, for learning, for becoming more of who you truly are. And when you're growing and evolving and becoming more authentically yourself, you naturally align with greater abundance. Because abundance isn't just about money, it's about living a rich life. It's about having meaningful relationships and fulfilling work and a sense of purpose. It's about feeling joy and peace and contentment regardless of your external circumstances. This is true wealth, and this is what the universe wants to give you. Not just financial provision, though that's certainly included, but a life of meaning and purpose and joy. A life where you feel connected and loved and supported. A life where you're expressing your unique gifts and making a difference in the world in your own special way. But you can't receive this kind of life if you're stuck in survival mode. You can't experience true abundance if you're constantly worried about scarcity. You can't feel the support that's always there if you're closed off by fear and doubt. You have to open yourself up. You have to become receptive. You have to create space for the good to flow in. And you create this space through gratitude, through appreciation for what you already have, through focusing on the blessings in your life instead of the problems. When you wake up in the morning and you immediately start listing things you're grateful for, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. When you go through your day looking for things to appreciate, you train your mind to see the good that's already present. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. This is about acknowledging the perfection within the imperfection. Yes, you might have challenges. Yes, you might have problems. But you also have so much to be grateful for. You woke up this morning, you can read these words. You have awareness and consciousness and the ability to think and feel and choose. These are miracles that we take for granted every single day. When you start to really appreciate the miracle of your existence, when you start to feel genuine gratitude for the gift of life itself, something shifts inside you. You start to feel wealthy even before your circumstances change. You start to feel abundant because you recognize the abundance that's already present. And this feeling of abundance attracts more abundance. It's a law as reliable as gravity. So make gratitude a practice. Make it a daily discipline. Not because you're trying to manipulate the universe into giving you more, but because gratitude opens your eyes to see what's already here. It shifts your perception from lack to plenty. It reminds you that you are blessed, that you are supported, that you are provided for. And from this place of gratitude and recognition of current abundance, you can ask for more. You can set intentions for what you want to create in your life. You can have desires and dreams and goals. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. The universe is abundant and there's always more available. But you want to approach your desires from a place of already feeling whole and complete, not from a place of desperate neediness. When you want something because it would be fun or exciting or enjoyable, that's different from wanting something because you think you need it to be okay. When you desire from a place of fullness, you're much more likely to receive. When you desire from a place of emptiness, you tend to push things away with your desperate energy. So trust that you already have everything you truly need in this moment. Trust that you're provided for right now. And from that place of trust and security, allow yourself to want more. Allow yourself to have dreams and visions for your future. Allow yourself to ask for what you desire. But hold it lightly. Want it, but don't need it. Intend it, but don't attach to it. Trust that if it's meant for you, it will come. And if it doesn't come, something better will. This is the sweet spot This is where manifestation happens naturally and effortlessly. Not from striving and forcing and trying to make things happen through sheer willpower, but from allowing and receiving and trusting that the universe is working on your behalf. And it is working on your behalf. Every single moment of every single day, there are forces at work that you cannot see, orchestrating events and bringing people together and creating opportunities that will benefit you. Your job is not to figure out how it will all happen. Your job is not to control the process. Your job is simply to stay in alignment with trust and faith and to take whatever actions feel right in the moment. When you get an intuitive hit to call someone, call them. When you feel drawn to go somewhere, go there. When an idea pops into your head, act on it. These impulses are guidance. They're the universe speaking to you, directing you, showing you the way. But you have to be paying attention. You have to be present. You have to be listening. And you can't listen when your mind is full of worry and noise and fear. You can't hear the gentle whispers of intuition when you're caught up in mental chaos. This is why practices like meditation and silence and stillness are so valuable. They quiet the mind. They create space for you to hear the guidance that's always there. You don't have to meditate for hours. Even just a few minutes of quiet time each day can make a huge difference. Sit quietly, breathe, let your thoughts settle, and in that stillness, ask for guidance. Ask to be shown the way. Ask for help with whatever you're facing. And then listen. Not for a booming voice from the sky, but for a subtle knowing, a gentle feeling, a quiet sense of what to do next. This guidance is always available to you. You are never without help. You are never without support, but you have to tune in to receive it. You have to create space for it. You have to value it enough to take time out of your busy schedule to listen. And when you do, when you make this connection with your inner wisdom and with the universal intelligence that guides all things, you'll find that your life starts to flow. Decisions become easier. You feel more confident and certain. You stop second-guessing yourself all the time. You trust yourself because you know you're being guided. This self-trust is so important because ultimately, trusting that God will provide for you means trusting yourself. It means trusting that you have everything you need within you to handle whatever comes. It means trusting that you're capable and strong and resilient. It means trusting that even if you make mistakes, you'll learn from them and grow and ultimately be okay. You are so much more powerful than you realize. You have so much more capacity than you give yourself credit for. You've survived 100% of your worst days. You've made it through challenges you thought would break you. You're still here. You're still standing. You're still growing and learning and evolving. Give yourself credit for that. Acknowledge your strength. Recognize your resilience. And know that the same force that brought you through everything in your past will bring you through everything in your future. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And you will never be alone. There is an infinite intelligence that loves you, that supports you, that wants the best for you. Call it God. Call it the universe. Call it source. Call it whatever feels right to you. The name doesn't matter. What matters is that you know it's real. What matters is that you feel it. What matters is that you trust it. And when you trust it, really trust it with your whole heart. Your whole life changes. Fear loses its grip on you. Anxiety fades away. Worry becomes a thing of the past. You wake up each day with a sense of peace and certainty, knowing that you're taken care of, that you're guided, that everything you need will be provided. This is the promise. This is the truth. This is how life really works. When you align yourself with it, you are meant to thrive. You are meant to prosper. You are meant to live abundantly in every way. Not someday in the future, but right now, today, in this very moment. So stop waiting for circumstances to change before you allow yourself to feel secure. Stop telling yourself you'll trust when you see evidence. Start trusting now and watch as the evidence appears. Start living as if you're supported, and you'll find that you are. Start believing that provision is on its way, and it will be. This is not wishful thinking. This is not naive optimism. This is the fundamental law of the universe. Energy flows where attention goes. What you focus on expands. What you believe becomes your reality. You are a creator, whether you realize it or not. You're creating your life every single day through your thoughts and beliefs and expectations. So create consciously. Choose beliefs that serve you. Focus on thoughts that uplift you. Expect good things to happen. Anticipate blessings. Look for miracles. And trust, above all else, that you are provided for, that you are supported, that you are loved beyond measure by a universe that wants nothing more than for you to thrive. You're sitting here right now, And that's not an accident. There are no accidents in this universe. Everything that happens, happens for a reason. And the reason this found you today is because there's something you need to hear. There's something stirring inside of you, something that's been calling out, and today is the day you're going to listen. You see, most people go through their entire lives asleep. They're awake, but they're asleep. They go through the motions, day after day, believing that life is something that happens to them rather than something that happens through them. They believe they're victims of circumstance, slaves to their conditions, prisoners of their past. But that's not who you are. That's not why you're here right now. The fact that you're reading these words right now means something profound is happening in your life. Maybe you've been struggling. Maybe you've been feeling lost, confused, stuck in patterns that don't serve you anymore. Maybe you've been asking yourself, is this all there is? Is this what my life is supposed to be? And the answer that comes back to you is a resounding no. This is not all there is. This is not what your life is supposed to be. Your life is meant to be magnificent, extraordinary, filled with purpose and meaning and joy. But here's what you need to understand. Nothing is going to change until you change. Nothing is going to be different until you become different. You can't keep doing the same things, thinking the same thoughts, holding on to the same beliefs and expect your life to transform. That's insanity. Real change, lasting change, begins inside of you. It begins with a decision, a commitment, a willingness to see yourself and your life in a completely new way. Right now, in this very moment, you have a choice. You can continue living the way you've been living, or you can wake up. You can open your eyes to the truth of who you really are. Because who you think you are and who you really are, those are two very different things. Who you think you are is the collection of beliefs, opinions, judgments, and stories that you've accumulated over the years. It's what your parents told you, what your teachers told you, what society told you. It's the voice in your head that says you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not worthy enough. That voice is not you. That voice is the ego, and the ego is a liar. Who you really are is infinite. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are connected to the same source that creates galaxies, that makes flowers bloom, that causes your heart to beat without you thinking about it. That same intelligence, that same creative force, that same divine energy lives inside of you. It is you. And when you begin to align yourself with that truth, when you begin to live from that place of knowing, everything changes. But the ego doesn't want you to know this. The ego wants you to believe you're separate, alone, limited. The ego wants you to believe that you need to struggle, compete, fight for everything you want. The ego wants you to believe that happiness is somewhere out there in the future when you finally achieve something, acquire something, become something different than what you are right now. That's the great lie. Happiness is not out there. Peace is not out there. Love is not out there. It's all inside of you, right now, in this moment. You don't need to search for it. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to prove yourself worthy of it. You already are worthy. You were born worthy. Your worthiness is not based on what you do or what you achieve or what other people think of you. Your worthiness is inherent in your existence. You are a child of the universe, and the universe doesn't make mistakes. You are here for a reason. You have gifts to share, a purpose to fulfill, a unique contribution to make to this world. But you can't make that contribution if you're living someone else's life. You can't fulfill your purpose if you're trying to be what other people want you to be. You can't share your gifts if you're hiding who you really are because you're afraid of being judged, rejected, criticized. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. The greatest tragedy is living a life that isn't yours, dying with your music still inside of you, never expressing what you came here to express. So many people are living lives of quiet desperation. They're going through the motions, pretending everything is fine, wearing masks, playing roles, conforming to expectations. And all the while, there's a voice inside whispering, this isn't me. This isn't what I'm meant to be doing. There's something more. That voice is your intuition. That voice is your higher self. That voice is God trying to get your attention. And God has been trying to get your attention for a long time, through your dissatisfaction, through your restlessness, through your pain, through your struggles. Everything you've been through, every challenge you've faced, every hardship you've endured, it's all been preparing you for this moment. It's all been leading you here. Because you needed to go through what you went through to become who you're becoming. Your past is not a mistake. Your past is not something to be ashamed of or regretful about. Your past is your teacher. Every experience, every relationship, every success, every failure, it's all been part of your education. It's all been showing you what works and what doesn't work, what feels right and what doesn't feel right, who you are and who you're not. And now you get to take everything you've learned and use it to create something beautiful. But you have to let go. You have to release the past. You have to stop carrying around all that old baggage, all those old hurts, all those old resentments. Forgiveness is not something you do for other people. Forgiveness is something you do for yourself. When you hold on to anger, when you hold on to blame, when you hold on to victimhood, you're only hurting yourself. You're keeping yourself stuck in the past. You're giving your power away to people and circumstances that are long gone. The truth is, no one can hurt you without your consent. No one can make you feel anything. Your feelings come from your thoughts, and your thoughts are something you can choose. Right now you might be thinking, that's not true, people have hurt me. Things have happened to me that weren't my fault. And you're right, things have happened, people have done things. But what those things mean, how you interpret them, the story you tell yourself about them, that's up to you. You can choose to see yourself as a victim, or you can choose to see yourself as a survivor, a warrior, someone who has been through fire and come out stronger. Every challenge is an opportunity. Every obstacle is a chance to grow. Every problem contains within it the seeds of its own solution. But you can't see the opportunity, the growth, the solution, if you're focused on the problem. What you focus on expands. If you focus on what's wrong in your life, you'll get more of what's wrong. If you focus on what's right, what's working, what you're grateful for, you'll get more of that. Gratitude is the great transformer. When you're in a state of gratitude, you cannot simultaneously be in a state of fear, anger, or lack. Gratitude shifts your energy. It shifts your vibration. It shifts your entire experience of life. And the beautiful thing about gratitude is that there's always something to be grateful for. Even in your darkest moments, even in your greatest struggles, there are gifts, there are blessings, there are lessons. Maybe the gift is strength. Maybe the blessing is clarity. Maybe the lesson is compassion. But it's there. It's always there. You just have to be willing to see it. You just have to be willing to shift your perspective from why is this happening to me to what is this teaching me? How is this serving me? Where is the opportunity here? This is what it means to live consciously. This is what it means to be awake. It means taking responsibility for your life, all of it. Not blame, responsibility. Blame looks backward and says, it's their fault. Responsibility looks forward and says, what can I do now? What choice can I make? How can I respond to this situation in a way that serves my highest good? And your highest good is always love. Love is the answer to every question. Love is the solution to every problem. Love is the path to everything you desire. But I'm not talking about the kind of love you see in movies, the romantic, conditional, neediness-based love. I'm talking about real love, unconditional love, the love that flows from Source, from God, from the universe. This is the love that created you. This is the love that sustains you. This is the love that you are. When you live from this place of love, everything shifts. Your relationships shift, your work shifts, your health shifts, your entire experience of reality shifts. Because love is the highest vibration. Love is the creative force of the universe. And when you align yourself with love, when you choose love in every moment, you become a magnet for all good things. But choosing love isn't always easy. Sometimes it means forgiving when you want to hold a grudge. Sometimes it means being patient when you want to react. Sometimes it means trusting when you want to control. Sometimes it means letting go when you want to hold on. Love requires courage. It requires faith. It requires a willingness to be vulnerable, to be open, to be authentic. And authenticity is everything. You cannot attract what you want in life if you're pretending to be something you're not. You cannot connect with your purpose if you're living behind a mask. You cannot experience true joy if you're constantly worried about what other people think. The opinions of others are none of your business. What other people think of you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Their thoughts, their judgments, their criticisms, those are all projections of their own fears, their own insecurities, their own limitations. You are not here to live up to anyone's expectations. You are not here to please anyone. You are not here to fit in or be normal or do what everyone else is doing. You are here to be you, the fullest expression of who you are. You are here to shine your light, to share your gifts, to make your unique contribution. And the world needs what you have to offer. The world needs your authenticity, your creativity, your passion, your purpose. But first, you have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are enough exactly as you are. Not when you lose weight, not when you make more money, not when you find the right relationship. Right now, in this moment, you are enough. And when you truly believe that, when you truly know that, you stop seeking validation from external sources. You stop needing approval from others. You stop comparing yourself to everyone else. You recognize that comparison is the thief of joy. There is no one on this planet who has lived your exact life, who has your exact combination of experiences, talents, and perspectives. You are unique, you are incomparable, and your path is yours alone. Yes, you can learn from others. Yes, you can be inspired by others. Yes, you can model success. But you cannot be someone else. You can only be you. And that's exactly who you're supposed to be. The universe doesn't need another copy of someone else. The universe needs the original you. So stop trying to figure out how to be more like them and start exploring how to be more like you. What lights you up? What makes you come alive? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you do if money wasn't an issue? What would you do if you weren't afraid of what people might think? Those answers, those are your breadcrumbs. Those are pointing you toward your purpose. Your purpose is not something you have to find. Your purpose is something you have to allow. It's already inside of you. It's been inside of you all along. But it's been buried under layers of conditioning, fear, and false beliefs. It's been covered up by the expectations of others, by the shoulds and supposed tos that society has imposed on you. Your work now is to peel back those layers. Your work now is to remember who you really are. And who you really are is magnificent. You are a miracle. Think about it. The odds of you existing are so infinitesimally small that it's virtually impossible, yet here you are. Out of millions of possibilities, you are the one who made it. You are the one who gets to be here, to experience this incredible gift called life. That's not an accident. That's not random chance. That's divine orchestration. You are meant to be here. You have work to do. You have people to touch. You have lives to change, and it starts with your own. It starts with you making the decision right here, right now, that you're done playing small. You're done hiding. You're done letting fear run your life. You're done giving your power away. You're done living according to everyone else's agenda. Today is the day you reclaim your power. Today is the day you step into your greatness. Today is the day you say yes to yourself, yes to your dreams, yes to the life you're meant to live. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried and failed before. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made or what obstacles you're facing. None of that matters. All that matters is this moment and what you choose to do with it. Because every moment is a new beginning. Every moment is a fresh start. Every moment is an opportunity to choose differently. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. You are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You are a powerful creator, and you have the ability to change your life starting right now. But it begins with your thoughts. Your thoughts create your feelings create your actions create your results. If you want different results, you need different actions. If you want different actions, you need different feelings. If you want different feelings, you need different thoughts. It all starts in your mind. What are you thinking about most of the time? What story are you telling yourself about your life? Is it a story of limitation or possibility? Is it a story of lack or abundance? Is it a story of fear or love? Whatever story you're telling yourself, that's the story that's playing out in your life. Because your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. As within, so without. If you want to change your external reality, you have to change your internal reality first. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you see yourself. You have to change the beliefs you hold about what's possible for you. And I know that can feel overwhelming. I know you might be thinking, I've had these thoughts and beliefs my whole life. How am I supposed to change them? One thought at a time, one moment at a time, one choice at a time. Every time you catch yourself thinking a negative thought, a limiting thought, a fearful thought, stop, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is this thought moving me closer to what I want or further away from it? If it's not serving you, let it go. Replace it with a thought that does serve you. This takes practice. This takes awareness. This takes commitment. You're not going to master it overnight. You're going to slip up. You're going to fall back into old patterns. That's okay. That's part of the process. The key is to not beat yourself up about it. The key is to be gentle with yourself, to be patient with yourself, to treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding you would offer a dear friend. You are learning, you are growing, you are evolving, and evolution is not a straight line, it's a spiral. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're going backward, like you're covering old ground, but you're not. You're circling back at a higher level of understanding, at a higher level of awareness, at a higher level of consciousness. Every experience is adding to your growth. Every challenge is making you stronger. Every setback is setting you up for a comeback. And the comebacks are real. When you align yourself with your true nature, when you connect with that infinite source of power within you, miracles happen. Things that seemed impossible become possible. Doors that were closed begin to open. Opportunities that you never could have anticipated show up. The right people appear at the right time. Resources flow to you effortlessly. Synchronicities abound. This is not magic. This is the law of the universe. This is the way things work when you're in alignment. When you're out of alignment, when you're resisting, when you're forcing, when you're trying to control everything, life feels hard. Life feels like a struggle. But when you're in alignment, when you're flowing, when you're trusting, life feels easy. Life feels like grace. And how do you get into alignment? You get quiet. You get still. You turn inward. You listen to that small, still voice within. Not the loud, fearful voice of the ego, but the quiet, loving voice of your soul. That voice knows what's right for you. That voice knows which direction to go. That voice is always guiding you, always supporting you, always loving you. But you have to tune in to hear it. Most people are so busy, so distracted, so caught up in the noise of the world that they never hear it. They never take time to be silent, to be still, to simply be. They're always doing, always rushing, always thinking. And in all that busyness, in all that chaos, they miss the guidance. They miss the signs. They miss the magic. You have to create space in your life for the magic to happen. You have to create space for inspiration to flow. You have to create space for your intuition to speak. And that means slowing down. That means saying no to things that don't serve you. That means prioritizing your inner peace over external demands. That means making time for meditation, for prayer, for contemplation, for whatever practice connects you to your higher self. This is not selfish. This is necessary. You cannot give from an empty cup. You cannot show up for others if you're not showing up for yourself. You cannot be a light for the world if your own light is flickering. Taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, honoring yourself, this is the most important work you can do. Because when you're filled up, when you're connected, when you're aligned, you naturally overflow. You naturally have more to give. You naturally become a blessing to everyone around you. And that's what this life is really about. It's not about accumulating things. It's not about achieving status. It's not about winning, beating, or being better than anyone else. It's about growing, expanding, evolving into the fullest expression of who you are. It's about loving, serving, contributing. It's about being a force for good in the world. You have so much good to offer. You have so much love to share. You have so much wisdom to impart. But you have to believe it. You have to own it. You have to stop minimizing yourself. Stop playing small. Stop dimming your light so that others feel comfortable. Your job is not to make others comfortable. Your job is to be authentic, to be real, to be true to yourself. And when you do that, when you stand in your truth, when you express your authentic self, yes, some people are not going to like it. Some people are going to judge you. Some people are going to criticize you. Some people are going to walk away. And that's okay. Those are not your people. Your people are the ones who celebrate you, support you, encourage you, love you for exactly who you are. Your people are the ones who see your light and reflect it back to you. Your people are the ones who inspire you to be even more of who you really are. And as you step into your authenticity, as you claim your power, as you live your purpose, you give others permission to do the same. You become a living example of what's possible. You become proof that change is real, that transformation is available, that dreams do come true. And that ripple effect, that impact, it extends far beyond what you can see or measure or understand. Every person you touch touches other people. Every life you change changes other lives. Every light you ignite ignites other lights. You are part of an interconnected web of humanity, and your transformation contributes to the transformation of the collective. When you heal, you help heal the world. When you rise, you help lift humanity. When you shine, you help illuminate the darkness. This is your calling. This is your mission. This is why you're here. Not to live a small, safe, comfortable life. not to conform, comply, or fit into someone else's box. You're here to expand, to grow, to become all that you're capable of becoming. You're here to push boundaries, to break limitations, to show what's possible when a human being decides to live fully, love fully, give fully. And it starts today. It starts right now. It starts with a single decision, the decision to say yes, yes to life, yes to love, yes to yourself, yes to your dreams, yes to your purpose, yes to the magnificent, extraordinary, incredible being that you are. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to know exactly how it's all going to work out. You just have to take the next step, just the next one. That's all. One step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. And each step you take, each choice you make, each time you choose love over fear, faith over doubt, possibility over limitation, you build momentum. You create energy. You set forces in motion that conspire on your behalf. The universe is always conspiring on your behalf, even when it doesn't feel like it, especially when it doesn't feel like it. Sometimes the universe has to close doors so that better doors can open. Sometimes the universe has to remove people from your life so that the right people can enter. Sometimes the universe has to take things away so that you can discover what truly matters. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that everything is happening for you, not to you. Your life is unfolding exactly as it needs to unfold. Every experience is preparing you. Every lesson is teaching you. Every challenge is strengthening you. You are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you need to become. There are no mistakes. There are no wrong turns. There is only the path, and the path is perfect. So stop resisting. Stop fighting. Stop trying to control everything. Let go. Surrender. Trust. Allow life to flow through you instead of trying to force life to happen for you. When you release resistance, when you release attachment to outcomes, when you release the need to know how and when and why, you open yourself up to receive. You open yourself up to miracles. You open yourself up to possibilities you never could have planned or predicted or imagined. The life that's waiting for you is bigger than anything you've dreamed. The joy that's available to you is greater than anything you've experienced. The love that wants to flow through you is more powerful than anything you've known. But you have to open up. You have to let it in. You have to believe you're worthy of it. And you are worthy. You are so worthy, not because of anything you've done or achieved or accomplished. You're worthy because you exist. You're worthy because you're a child of God. You're worthy because you're made of the same stuff as stars. You're worthy because there's a divine spark within you that can never be extinguished, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've done, no matter how far you think you've strayed. You can always come home. You can always return to your true self. You can always choose again. And every time you choose love, every time you choose faith, every time you choose to see the good, to focus on the positive, to trust in the process, you strengthen that connection to your higher self. You strengthen that connection to Source. You strengthen that connection to God. And God has been waiting for you. God has been calling you. God has been reaching out to you in 1,000 different ways, trying to get your attention, trying to remind you of who you are, trying to show you the way home. And if this message found you today, that's God speaking to you right now. That's God saying, I see you, I know you, I love you, and I have something greater planned for you than anything you could plan for yourself. Trust that, believe that, know that. You are guided, you are protected, you are loved beyond measure. And nothing you do or don't do can change that. Nothing you've done in the past can separate you from that love. Nothing anyone else has done to you can diminish that love. You are loved completely, unconditionally, eternally. And when you really feel that love, when you really let it in, when you really allow yourself to be held by that love, everything changes. Fear dissolves, doubt disappears, worry melts away. Because how can you be afraid when you know you're loved? How can you doubt yourself when you know you're connected to infinite intelligence? How can you worry about the future when you know you're being guided every step of the way? You're not alone in this. You've never been alone. Even in your darkest moments, even when you felt completely isolated and abandoned, you were never alone. There has always been a presence with you, a power within you, a love surrounding you. And that presence is here right now, in this moment, filling you up, lifting you up, reminding you of your greatness. Feel it. Feel that energy. Feel that love. Feel that power. It's real. It's available. It's yours. And when you tap into it, when you align with it, when you live from it, you become unstoppable. Not in an arrogant way, not in a forceful way, but in a flowing, effortless, grace-filled way. You become magnetic. You become radiant. You become irresistible to all good things. And the good things are coming. The blessings are on their way. The breakthroughs are happening. Maybe not on your timeline, but on divine timing. And divine timing is always perfect. What's meant for you will not pass you by. What's yours is already yours. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to force it. You just have to become a match for it. You just have to raise your vibration to the level of what you desire. And you raise your vibration through your thoughts, through your feelings, through your actions, through your choices. Every moment of every day, you're either raising your vibration or lowering it. You're either moving closer to what you want or further away from it. You're either creating the life you desire or recreating the life you already have. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The responsibility is yours. But so is the reward. So is the joy. So is the fulfillment. So is the peace. So is the love. All of it is available to you. All of it is waiting for you. All of it is calling you. You just have to answer the call. You just have to say yes. You just have to take that leap of faith and trust that you'll be caught. And you will be caught. You will be supported. You will be guided. Because you're not doing this alone. You have help. You have assistance. You have an entire universe working on your behalf. All the forces of creation are supporting you in becoming all that you're meant to become. How amazing is that? How powerful is that? How incredible is it to know that you are backed by the same intelligence that creates worlds? You are not small. You are not insignificant. You are not powerless. You are magnificent. You are extraordinary. You are a miracle. And it's time you started living like it. It's time you started believing it. It's time you started owning it. Your greatness is not something you need to achieve. Your greatness is something you need to reveal. It's already there. It's already within you. You just have to let it out. Stop hiding. Stop playing small. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting to feel ready. You will never feel completely ready. You will never have all the answers. You will never have all the resources. You just have to start. You just have to begin. You just have to take that first step, and the path will appear. It always does. When you commit, when you truly commit to something, the universe responds. Doors open, people appear, opportunities arise, things that seemed impossible become possible. Because commitment activates forces. Commitment sends a signal. Commitment tells the universe, I'm serious about this. I'm all in. And when you're all in, the universe goes all in with you. So commit to yourself. Commit to your dreams. Commit to your purpose. Commit to your growth. Commit to your happiness. Commit to your peace. Commit to living the life you're meant to live, not the life others expect you to live. This is your life. This is your one chance. This is your moment. Don't waste it. Don't squander it. Don't let it pass by while you're waiting for someday. Someday is today. Tomorrow is not promised. This moment is all you have. This moment is all you ever have. So make it count. Make it matter. Make it meaningful. Choose love. Choose joy. Choose gratitude. Choose faith. Choose possibility. Choose to see the best in yourself and in others. Choose to believe in miracles. Choose to trust in the process. Choose to know that everything is working out for your highest good. Because it is. Even when you can't see it. Even when you don't understand it. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Everything is always working out. Everything is always leading you to where you need to be. Everything is always serving your evolution. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust God. You are loved. You are guided. You are protected. You are blessed. You are worthy. You are enough. You are powerful. You are capable. You are magnificent. And you are exactly where you need to be, reading exactly what you need to read, hearing exactly what you need to hear. This is not a coincidence. This is divine orchestration. This is God speaking directly to you through these words, reminding you of who you really are. You are a child of the universe. You are made of stardust and spirit. You are infinite potential wrapped in human form. You are here to love, to grow, to create, to serve, to shine. You are here to be you, the fullest, truest, most authentic expression of you. And the world is waiting for you. The world needs you. The world is better because you're in it. So step up, step out, step into the fullness of who you are. Claim your power, own your worth, live your purpose, share your gifts, shine your light, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never could have imagined. Because when you align with your true self, when you connect with your divine nature, when you live from love instead of fear, miracles happen. And you, my friend, are about to witness miracles.